Hi, I'm Louella and I'm a triathlete, and I wanted to talk to you today about Squirrel's nut butter. It's been a real game changer for me. When I came across it about 2 years ago, Anthony let me know about it, and it's in the past I'd used some of the expensive ones, but I found that they came off after a couple of hours. So this one really does the job throughout the whole race or the whole training session, which can be between from doing an Ironman it'll be up to 12 hours. So absolutely amazing. I also use it under the armpits, behind my neck, when I'm doing swim training, or if I'm going out on a bike ride like at the moment where it's quite windy and quite cold. It just stops that wind chafe on your face, and it's absolutely amazing. The other product that I use from Squirrel's Nut Butter is they've just got some really nice body butters, and because my skin is quite sort of dry after swimming, and although at the moment we can't swim, so but in those times when we could, and this has just been another game changer for me because it really is super hydrating. So that's what I wanted to show you, what I get from XMiles. And then the other thing I was going to work on was, this year I've decided that I'm going to start stretching, which I know seems a bit daft. Now I'm in the F50 to 54 age group that only start stretching now, but in the past I could always get away with it and kind of was always a bit lazy, but now I've noticed that I'm starting to get little bubbly and bumpy Achilles tendons. And so in order to get the maximum out of my body, I need to start respecting it a bit more. So, but obviously it is a new thing for me to start stretching, so I'm not doing huge amounts. But one thing that I am doing is adding into my routines, doing a bit of Pilates and some yoga during the week. But my stretches after a turbo session and after a run session are mainly focusing on my worst areas, really, which are really tight hip flexors, weaker glutes, and then sort of tight hamstrings. So this is what I do. And I try and do it, like I said, straight after my turbo session while I'm drinking a protein shake or something, and before getting into the shower. So all I do is I get down onto the floor, and I'm sure you all do these anyway. I lunge forward, and so that I can get some engaging the hip flexor here, and then tucking the pelvis under so that I can get an even bigger stretch down here, and then I'm leaning in and forwards with my knee going sort of towards the second toe. From this position I can add in two things depending on whether I'm feeling a bit sort of tighter more in the adductors, so I will then maybe sort of rotate round this way and get a nice sort of stretch coming like that, which just gives me a bigger stretch along here, or I will go over like this and that will give me a bigger stretch coming up the hip flexor here. Obviously you hold it for your 30 seconds, and then after I've done that I will then flow back like this and get my hamstring done at the same time. And I do a little bit of a flow that I learnt in sort of Pilates and yoga. Hopefully I'm doing it right, otherwise they won't be pleased. And that just gets the hamstring really nicely, and obviously do that for 30 seconds, and then swap sides and do the next side. So like I said, that's what I'm trying to do now, trying to add it into my my sort of, make it part of my routine and make it a habit. And then once this very, very short form of stretching becomes a habit, then I'm going to start adding on to it. And so when I do start adding on to new things, I'll let you know. Okay, take care. Thank you.